troll.
Damn. I was really hoping that Sylar game was a laugh. Oh my god. Just the gold he was taking, and he was hitting so hard. But yeah, Troll comes out and washes away my dreams.
Yeah.
So,
Bounty is also a very bad matchup against Lycan. So if you have a bad matchup, it's even worse if you play the hero as a core. Like whenever you have, it's like when people pick up, let's say like I don't know, a Kunkka or something, and it gets counterpicked by like a Monkey King mid or a Timbersaw. Often the way to deal with that is run as a support, because then, hey, this hero is countered, but it doesn't matter because he's a support. Like it matters a lot more if your mid or your carry is countered.
We saw Lycan earlier today. It was in what was it started out as a heavier push lineup, and with the Viper, of course, that was with it. It looked really good, and this time around, I mean, you've got some decent lockdown to help someone who hits hard. I don't think it's gonna be the Viper, but say someone who right clicks like the Viper to then work with this Lycan. Even if they have the push, they've also got lockdown to help like a right clicker just come out and work early if they can with this push.
Yeah, so we'll see what it's going to be. I think, yeah, like the Viper type hero we saw last game worked very well in the push trap because of the way the Nether Toxin countered certain things. This game, you're maybe just looking for something that can give you some initiation. Like right now, Sven with a Blink can initiate, but I don't think you want your Sven to rush a Blink Dagger. He's probably more looking at like the Vlads, the Aura items. So we'll see what they have in mind. But it is looking like an IG draft, very similar to what we just saw from Newbie in a lot of ways. Sven having the Warcry, the Aura item building potential just gives you this very scary 5-man draft.
Looking at this IG lineup, and they ban out the Kunkka, so they don't want to give up that control. Especially, giving X marks the spot with Disruptor, Vici having all kinds of control. They banned the Pugna here for Vici. They'll be the first ones to pick on what should be their mid. So we'll see what they end up going for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to gamble on like some kind of a troll mid. Typically, you're just picking something that doesn't have too many counters here, since your opponent can always counterpick your mid, which is pretty much what IG is looking for. Let's try to find a good lane matchup and hero matchup for the game based on what Vici Gaming get for Ori here.
This time it's not
I think
going
they
to be...
need to wait here. Like a Puck or something could be good. Puck, I mean, he already loves his Lina, but I don't know if Lina's amazing necessarily.
It could, come with the setup of, say, like a glimpse into an LSA, but again, I don't know, because they have that Sven, they have the Lycan. You're going to be able to close the gap on that Lina pretty quickly.
Invictus Gaming turned Tidehunter.
Ooh. It's going to be a mid Nature's Prophet, perhaps. Nature's Prophet's a strong mid. That hero does not have many, if any, bad matchups mid. Like, I can't really think of bad Nature's Prophet matchups just because you have Treants and you just win the last hit battle.
Interesting little pick there. Definitely not what I was expecting to see in the slightest from Vici. So now this last pick from IG. Looks like it should be an offlane Sven, safe lane Lycan with Shadow Shaman and Keeper of the Light supports. We'll see what they want to do potentially mid. Now I have to preface that as Tidehunter came out for Vici and they go to the Timber.
You may now select your heroes.
Okay. I mean, hero matchup, good matchup mid against... Maybe this is one of the heroes. I asked the question, who beats Nature's Prophet mid? Timbersaw might be up there as one of the possibilities because you get right-clicked by a Nature's Prophet or Treants, you don't care. I don't think Timber's going to do that well at level 1, level 2, but once he gets like level 3, 4, this matchup should get very good for him. And also it's a good hero that matches up, counters the Tidehunter as well. Disruptor is good against Timbersaw, but they have 0 magic damage. Against Timbersaw, you almost always want to have some magic damage or some way that isn't just right clicks to kill him off, because this Timbersaw pick looks amazing.
It's a mid bounty hunter with the off lane Yang Nature's Prophet. I mean, well, positionally, they could always put Yang mid, but my god.
Is that how you counter Timbersaw? You just steal his gold? Because bounty's not going to threaten the Timbersaw, but he can just keep stealing his gold. Maybe you go for like a Shuriken plus Dagon type build where you just get magic damage from a Dagon or something. Like, it sounds clowny. It's a very pub build. Like, bounties going Dagon was like a thing that people just did in pub games to have fun, but it actually may be legitimate this game.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Jesus. I really thought the bounty hunter was just gonna be in that support role, but they even put DY in the 4 spot. So this is a tide that's, you know, not gonna have Ravage that quickly, not really gonna have that many items. Unless, of course, the bounty hunter does well enough with the track and spreading the wealth out. It almost feels like this comes down to making enough space for Troll. And banking on that heavily.
Yeah, I mean, Troll at some point, if he gets farmed enough, could theoretically counter Timber. Maybe even considers the Silver Edge. I mean, it never feels nice building Silver Edge because it's so much gold into an item that is hard to use. Because if they have sentries and you run in with your invis and you get stunned, you may just get blown up. So often you have to, like, I don't know, find like a weird way to use the Silver Edge that just isn't really ideal. So I'm loving IG's draft. I think this Timbersaw pick gives them at least a bit of an edge. It's a bit weird, like Lycan push strat with a Timbersaw, but Timbersaw is actually a good early mid-game pushing hero because he just tanks the tower and lets the creep wave and siege creeps behind him push things down for him.
So IG, as I was saying, a lineup that not many may know, as you've got the Lycan being played by Doodle. I think he had a short stint with Team Serenity and an FTD club back in the day. And then, of course, you've got Emo going in over mid on this Timbersaw. He was also been on this IG team for a while, but actually let me hold up on that point because Ori, this bounty hunter, is going to be cleaned up for First Blood. And yeah, I mean, this is Shackle with the stun coming out from the Sven. That Stormhammer. They don't even need Emo there. Ollie with the Illuminate. An easy little First Blood kill for IG. And I mean, that is almost painting the picture of what could be yet to come for Vici. Just overwhelmed by that.
It looks potentially rough. I have zero faith in this mid bounty hunter. I'm going to say, I just cannot see how this is going to work. It's a terrible lane matchup against Timbersaw. In my head, at least. I don't know how good this Janata gold still is going to be. I imagine he's going to max it first and just try and steal all the Timbersaw's gold. The problem is, at some point, Timbersaw is going to just have a soul ring and zone the bounty hunter out of lane with his kill potential. He's just going to spam Whirling Death. So yeah, you'll steal some gold, but Timber is going to just have a great time. And bounty hunter has to use Janata to get last hit. So Timber lets him get the last hit with the Janata, and then suddenly he can go in and not worry about having his gold stolen. So it's very easy to actually lane against bounty hunter if you know the Janata cooldown.
It's 12 gold gone though. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, it gets that second one at least. So the long cooldown at level 1 may be a bit harder to misjudge, but Emo just needs to be careful. He doesn't let too much gold get stolen here. Like, wait for bounty to get a last hit, then try and move in.
He actually just sets up to hit Emo and then goes back. But again, like you said, he eats that Whirling Death if he's going to make a play and be that close to Emo.
Yeah. Bounty, he will get some Janata. That's, like, unavoidable. There's going to be times where it's better to go and get a last hit and get Janata hit than not get a last hit. At the end of the day, you're getting more gold. So we're not going to see him completely forego getting last hits this game.
Over in the top lane, you've got Ollie and Black Z. Black Z has had a long career. Not many know him, though, but it's with like, Team Wau, which is one of those, you know, tier 3 teams in China. And then, I think he's been on IG before, but he to me, has been really the shining star for IG, even though they haven't really made that many LAN events, and they haven't performed maybe as well as they would have hoped. But he plays aggressive. He's playing very flashy, or he plays very flashy, so definitely someone to keep an eye on, especially with the Sven. We saw it with Virtus Pro. You know, the Sven didn't have a great game, but he is sitting here with Ollie this time around, which is a little bit different to the situation that Pasha had, where he was by himself just constantly getting got on.
Yeah, I mean, so far, not all too bad. Getting some decent laning stage. He's a good hero that matches up pretty well against the Treants, so You do see mid lane, Dogfights is looking for this courier snipe, but didn't actually get the second right click off, which he needed to bring the courier down. He must have got unlucky because the courier doesn't have any armor and 75 health, and his damage is 76. At least it averages to 76. So he got very unlucky with his average damage there, or he would have one-shot the courier.
Now he's actually trying to maybe rotate around and get a kill onto Yang. He's already sitting relatively low, so it's a spot that might be hard to commit on, but Dogfights will now be spotted here by DY, and with the Gush coming in, Shackles come out, but we'll see. I mean, it's still just a level 1 Tidehunter. DY didn't have Anchor Smash there. There was nothing to follow up that Gush, and with that, he's just able to walk away.
This 4-position Tide with Orb of Venom Gush is a very good combo with Nature's Prophet. This Tide Nature's Prophet was run quite a lot, like going back a few patches, but it does feel like this Tide is going to struggle to have a huge impact, but it's the same idea I talked about during the draft, you know. Your Tide gets countered by a Timbersaw pick, it feels a lot better to run the Tide as a support than before because of that counter matchup. We are seeing mid Timbersaw starting to get an edge in CS, and with the level 4 he's able to threaten for kills. If he hits his Whirling Death, he's trying to guess right, he doesn't find him. I don't know if it would have been enough damage, but we are seeing Ori continue to just spam this Janata to steal gold. He really wants to hit him with these Whirling Deaths. He's like, well, I'm going to make sure I force you to buy regen. If you're stealing my gold, that gold is going to regen.
They go after Ali top. They force the rotation of the Lycan, who will come over. Doodle now hitting really hard on DY, who gets body blocked for a moment by Yang. Ends up falling. Yang gets the kill onto Ali, but coming over with a haste rune is Dogfights. And, well, he's still level 1, but he's got all that matters in this Shackle. And Doodle hits away, but DY comes back over. They don't end up getting the kill. Still hasted up his Dogfights. Doodle now on the run, but it's more than just a rotation to try and get a kill. It looks like Doodle's going to position himself in this lane instead of Black.
Back at mid, Nemo missed 2 Whirling Deaths in a row by like a tiny little bit of range, and Ori's just kind of outmaneuvering him. Slightly better movement speed and able to outrange. Like, he popped Soul Ring to get a Whirling Death off and just missed it. So Ori's kind of outplaying Emo right now. Emo is still winning the CS battle, almost doubling the bounty CS, but in terms of overall farm, it's actually quite close. Their net worth is almost identical because of the Janata Gold Stick.
So a little bit of harassment coming out onto the Shadow Shaman. Shuriken being used there. Ori, the Janata now level 3, so taking that 28 gold. It's all about getting that level 23 plus 90. Where you're just taking 120 gold.
Ori's just stealing gold, but he has to keep ferrying himself salves and tangos, or otherwise he's just going to get killed off here. There's a Mango and Soul Ring, so Whirling Death with Chakram. See here, Emo's actually going for a kill on Ori, but with the Invis, I guess is wrong. This time was not less a miss and more a failed guess, which is going to happen, but...
God, Shuriken. Now he's got the track, too. But Emo's playing this a little aggressively, where he's sitting, I would say, low enough on health where if he maneuvers poorly, or you could get a kill.
He's going for it, but not quite enough damage. The 3 points in reactive armor. He doesn't actually have the full 15 stacks, but yeah, Emo's... I think he's playing this matchup a little bit poorly, because perhaps he gets to kill that bottom.
Yeah, but the turnaround from Black, as well as Dogfights, the Shackle comes out. He's not going to worry about Paparazzi. He might lose his life for it, but it gets a kill for the Sven. The ulti actually comes out from Yang, and that's what's going to finish off Dogfights in that exchange.
Important it did. With the Magic Stick, Shaman was actually going to escape, so... Well-timed Nature's Prophet level 6 ulti coming into play, as Yang is having a great time up top of the net worth chat. He's the farm leader, and now he's pressuring this tier 1 tower.
With the help of Ori, who's making a rotation out, who spotted the Lycan TPing away. That was over to the bottom shrine. And they're going to get this tower.
They rotate bounty top. So
I
think he's just decided he doesn't want to lane against Timber anymore.
It looked like Ori was also trying to get that last hit on the tower and just miscalculated. At least it wasn't
sometimes tricky with the siege creeps there, but yeah, in terms of farm, bounty is out farming the Timbersaw if you look at the net worth, so it has been an effective mid lane. I think this is very much because Emo has misplayed this matchup. I've watched him a bit and he's missing his spells. He should be ahead of net worth.
He's going to dive all the way to the tier 2 to get a kill on DY. That is a long way to go, and now Dogfight's here, but he's not level 6, so, you know, no Serpent Wards. It's just a little bit of a push with creeps coming in, but that's going to be a fight over bottom as they'll get the kill on Ali. Paparazzi sitting low, so right now it's just Ali for Paparazzi, which is definitely fine, but Ori comes over with the Janata at level 4 to clean up Doodle. Now the track comes out onto Emo. Ori's still sitting here. Finally goes Invis, and, well, there's no vision on him, so he's able to freely just roam around in these trees.
Yeah, that's good rotations. Bounty is setting his team up for success, and you don't really want to rotate lanes as a Timbersaw. Like, he could be staying mid and taking this tier 1 tower, I feel. Often what you see with Timbersaw is like that 5-minute catapult, you actually get a tier 1 tower out of. So, a bit of a missed opportunity that he's rotating. Killing Troll is nice, but taking these early towers is so much better.
Was in trouble for a moment, but he has the Sven to come on over, and both DDC and DY die. That was not the play there for Vici, and Paparazzi also came over, so the 3-man rotation from IG, they get 2 kills from it. It also has Paparazzi move over towards mid. Meanwhile, Emo farming away over bottom. I mean, that is very beneficial for IG.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
IG stacking up some Ancients too as well, so we'll see if they're going to be able to farm this pretty soon. Sven, it looks like they're playing Sven more as their carry. Blacksy is going to be the guy they look to, more so than Doodle on the Lycan.
Emo going in under the
tower.
He is tracked up and will fall to Ori, so again, Emo going down with heavy rotations.
I'm pretty speechless. I think this Timber is losing them the game right now with how he's playing. He's meant to crush his lane, take the tower. It's 9 minutes in. He's hardly done any damage to this tier 1 tower, and he's rotating. I don't think he needs to be rotating.
That Janata hurts, but they've got the Hex, they've got the Dust. Now they're going to be able to go after Ori freely, but Dogfights loses his life. Ori's still on the run. The Will-O-Wisp not really doing much of anything here as Doodle gets the kill, runs him down, and yeah, Dogfights dies. He gets the Dust out, so that'll net them a kill on a core, and meanwhile, Black finds DDC inside the trees.
Yeah, DDC was just trying to juke in the trees, didn't have a TP out, so Sven able to get another kill, and yeah, IG finding these kills. I feel like Vici Gaming are playing way too aggressive here, because Vici Gaming were in a much better position, but the dive behind the mid tier 1 tower, that dive there is kind of costing them a little bit.
Nice fat stack here for Doodle and Black.
Good job taking it together. I think they know it's being scouted, so they just want to do it now that they know they're safe. They've got the sentry there, they've got an observer ward, and they just want to fight. So there's no way for Vici Gaming to contest this, and Bounty's a very good hero to contest things like these stacks. So smart call from them to clear it out, use the shrine, heal themselves back up, and put themselves in a pretty good position.
Bounty Hunter giving them a 1,000 net worth lead, but overall, if Emo can kind of clean it up a little bit, I would definitely trust IG's lineup a lot more. Where's Yang at right now? He's got Midas, he's got himself an urn going into the Spirit Vessel.
Yep. It's going to cause Timbersaw a lot of problems. Often Timbersaws will get pressured into building either a Yules or a Lotus Orb. They will find the bounty here. Yeah, but Ollie may just be dead if he's not careful.
Ollie tracked up, the Shuriken comes in, he's gonna end up dying to the Thunder Strike of Disruptor, and now they've got the track on Emo, they're chasing, but meanwhile back inside the jungle, Static Storm was placed down, but Black doesn't really quite care. DDC on the run, and then they've got the scan actually on Ori, but
coming in for Doodle.
They might be able to get this kill. The body blocks from the Treants won't be enough. Ori doubles back, though. Needs to be very careful about where he's going to position himself, and it's going to be under the tower. The Shuriken comes out, but the Hellbear!
He gets it. He gets the track kill. Just barely before dying. That drums. Oh, man, that drum's active. Helping him out there.
That's as close as it gets.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get enough damage out. That's a pretty tanky Lycan. He's got a stout shield and everything. And Lycan doesn't get to use his Midas while he's dead, so a timely time to kill him off. So Bounty very happy with the outcome there. He's got a Desolator queued up, or he's memeing. This is a phase Deso Bounty Hunter going mid. This is straight out of your worst nightmare pub games.
This is my bracket of pubs right here. I'm loving it.
It's about to become my bracket too, B-Cop, so don't worry about it. You're not alone.
I wanted the bounty hunter to be core, and then it looked so much like it was going to be a support. Now he goes after Doodle. They've got the kinetic field, but Ori has to be careful. They were thinking about TPing over the Nature's Prophet. The Janata hit again. It's just so powerful, and then the Ravage on top of it will keep Ori alive. They get the Shuriken toss. They'll grab the kill. Ori still does it up. Are we going to have a repeat? They'll get the kill onto Doodle. They look back at Black. Yang trying to run away from Emo, who's now entered the fight, but he'll be glimpsed back. They'll still go after Yang, and there's the Sprout. Has teleportation in 2. That won't be in time, and Yang dies. It's a 5 times kill spree going the way of this Sven.
Yes, Sven is like the one redeeming factor. This Timbersaw has made so many mistakes this game. Emo is having a really poor game. Lycan, he's a Lycan. He's doing what he can. I don't know about the Midas build-up, and Midas is just that popular, trendy carry item these days, so it's kind of just assume that teams are buying this item, but Sven has been the glimmer of hope keeping IG in this game. But they're still struggling. They're still behind. This bounty with his track money and just constant Janata gold stealing is causing all kinds of problems.
Just about to hit level 10. Is it XP gain or movement speed? I would say maybe movement speed in this situation, but he's got the drums.
Yeah, I think the movement speed, but we'll see. There's a lot of lockdown.
Well, as the Storm Hammer coming out from Black. They'll get the kill on a DDC. It's going to be Emo who picks it up. The Will-O-Wisp will lock in Ori as well as Yang. But then again, Ori just trying to get the kill here on Ali. Yang's going to be the one who ends up getting it. The Shackle here as well as the Serpent Ward's committed for Ori. And now they move after Yang. Chakram lands for a moment. Black continuing to move forward. He's got Storm Hammer in a second. It will be used. There's the stun. And then Paparazzi, who's been trying to hide himself and tuck himself away to get some farm, was spotted for a second, but they end up getting the kill here onto the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Paparazzi and this troll is in the game, but that's a good news. If your troll's just free farming a Battle Fury by 15 minutes, I think you're pretty happy with how things are going. Vici Gaming's managing to get all these kills. I mean, they're trading kills. That's Bounty Hunter Dota. If you're trading kills with Bounty, you're getting more gold because of the trap. Man, he blinked in for this Bounty room.
Man, stun though, and now the track comes out. They've got the soul coming out from Paparazzi. They continue to go. They've rooted him up. He goes with the God Strength, but no chance in that exchange, and that's track gold going to Paparazzi, who just picked up the Battle Fury. Meanwhile, bottom, Emo's able to get the kill on a DY.
Yeah, just kills kind of all over the map, but again, you're trading kills. You've got Bounty Hunter. You're smiling. Not to mention you've got a Battle Fury troll, so you've got your farming carry who's on steroids right now. Like him with a Midas, he's keeping up okay, but this is not a hero that wants to just scale for the late game. This is a timing-based carry that wants to be pushing towers, taking objectives. 16 minutes in, not a single tower down. IG finally taking a tier 1 tower bottom. That is not what their draft is meant to do. They're meant to have taken, I would say, at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 towers by now. That's how poorly they've played their draft.
Yeah, really, at just the draft mark, it seemed like such an outdraft by IG. And maybe a little bit of an experiment coming in from Vici, if I were to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. And, Vici just showing how good of a team they really are. And now they're going to go after Emo, or, well, his gold, to be precise.
Think twice of it with the TPs coming in and the position of it. Or he's going to go bottom. They're actually going to hunt these squishier kills. Oh, he doesn't find Doodle. He TP's out in the lane. Or he found him and canceled a TP. He would have been able to chase him down.
He's almost got this Desolator. And then the Arcane Rune picked up. Ooh, Glimpse comes through. Got the Hex coming in to get the kill on a DY, who was unable to get that Ravage off. I don't think he would have thrown the Ravage, regardless of if he survived. I just don't know if they had the numbers they wanted. Obviously, Yang can TP in at that spot, and they had Paparazzi close, but they get a kill nonetheless on the Tide Hunter.
We're starting to see IG get rolling. It's like, let's 5-man a bit. Let's use this Timbersaw. He's got the plus 100 damage now. Level 15 talent. Pretty helpful. You've got perma double damage for pushing. Looks like Nature's Prophet went for a courier snipe there, didn't actually get it. He TP'd in the enemy base, but this is where IG should be able to take towers, take Roshan, and take control of the map. But they've just done a poor job of sticking together and playing around this Lycan, which is also why I don't totally agree with this Midas pickup. I don't really feel like Lycan's a hero that benefits from the Midas the same way other carries do.
And actually, Ori shows himself, and that was after he spotted out the smoke. So Doodle comes over, immediately dusts him, Illuminate comes in. Now he's got to try and run this one out. And
he's fast too.
Yeah, there's no way to stop him at the moment. Doodle continuing to chase. And
Dust wears off, he's invis.
Oh, but they've got another dust. There it is.
Space created. Or if they don't get caught top, Dogfight's just rotating in.
Yeah, they've got the Hex. That'll come through on the Paparazzi as well as the Sun to follow it up from Black. And just so quickly, they take him out. That's going to be a second, if not a third here. Yang sprouts, but how are you getting out of this one? With ease, actually. It looked like he was going to get it.
I thought he made a huge mistake there. He went back in. He showed himself. Luckily, there was no disables left. They used all of them to kill off Paparazzi, but that's Paparazzi going down. Such quick movement around the map coming in from IG. The fact they get the kill bottom and then instantly they're TPing top. So it looked like kind of Bounty creating some space for the team, but the fact IG are just so quick to move around the map and rotate means they're getting these additional kills.
They actually look towards Roshan this one. They'll have everybody up for Vici in 5 when Troll comes back up. I mean, that gives them Ravage. If they can spot this out, it's not exactly the quickest Roche. And DDC dying to Emo, so that kind of takes away the thought of maybe going in like that. But they get the kill here on the dogfights. They look over at Emo while the rest of the team is going after Roche. It's not dead just yet. And actually, it's just Sven and Lycan inside the pit. They'll get the Yules here on to the Tide, who will move forward, but they're unable to stop the Sages from getting taken by the Dire side. They'll get the kill here on the Ollie. So he's unable to move in and do anything for his side as IG, they're down 2 heroes up against the 5 of Vici. They've got the ulti pulled out of Doodle, who does in fact have this Aegis. The track is going to be on to all 3 of these heroes. Doodle trying to run away. IG, they got to figure out what they're thinking at this point, and now they've got the Static Storm on top. They'll get themselves the first life. They look over at Emo. Blacks comes in. He blinks forward on this, and now he's sprouted up. Doodle once again. He's going to be tracked, rooted up, and will eventually fall. That's going to be to Yang, and now Black needs to run away. Dogfight's back in the fray, which is the worst place to be for him at the moment, because he's going to get glimpsed up, he's tracked up, and dead. So you get the Aegis, you get it blown immediately, and then on top of that, you're feeding multiple track kills to the side of Vici.
Yeah, 3 track kills. Bounty Hunter gets 1,300 gold out of it. It was a 3k gold swing. Not worth it at all, and they're losing Yang down bottom. IG, actually, no, they're not going to kill Yang, and they may pay for this. Ori, he's just stealing gold. He's getting track money for his team.
Yeah,
this is not good news for IG.
They go to after Black, and the Sprout comes through. The Will-O-Wisp is there. That suits a lot of these heroes up with Emo trying to make a move. He ends up falling, but will get Yang, but that happens afterwards.
And again, this 1-for-1 trade where you're getting track money, you don't really mind. And Radiant feel like they're going to go better late game. When Paparazzi gets his BKB, this game gets mighty fine for them. And the late game of IG is not looking all too scary. It's a 3-position Sven who is the most farmed hero. He's got this Vlad's Blink Echo Saber, which is like decent damage, but he's not really a carry of any sense. And Doodle, still no Necro 3. You really need... If he had a Necro 3, he could deal with Bounty Hunter because it gives him the detection, but probably just as importantly or more so because he can buy dust, it gives him the purge. Able to slow down the Bounty. Bounty is just so fast with the drums plus track. We see it here bottom. He's got 530 movement speed when he's getting the track movement speed. And pops the drums. It's just, you can't keep up with him without that purge from the Necro block.
They tried to go for a kill there, but they didn't even have dust on them. The most important part here is seemingly the dust. If they don't have somebody with dust, he's just going to get out with that movement speed. The blink forward from Black, but sensing it is DY, and he's able to escape. Was one of the things I worried about, too, was DY, when was his blink timing going to be there? Were we going to really feel the brunt force of Tidehunter? And the Hex comes out with Serpent Wards. DY, he's got Ravage, but he doesn't have a life, and he doesn't have a team.
Yeah, they'll give him up and just look to regroup. I think Vici Gaming not in position to do anything about that one. They're just playing on the enemy side of the map, and they're still feeling okay. I think... Oh, Doodle, he's just getting destroyed. Desolator Bounty Hunter coming through.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I was about to talk about how Bounty Hunter with this Deso build can just two-shot supports, but apparently he can also destroy a Lycan. Lycan has only 3 base armor. He is incredibly squishy to physical damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now
And
Vici.
Janata is a lot of bonus damage.
Yeah, level 3, that extra 170. I mean, that is... Or level 4, excuse me. Extra 170. And he hits so hard, we've seen him just clean up supports. Constantly. And that's usually his focus inside these team fights, is go for someone like Ali first. Clean him up. Make sure they don't have that control, or they don't have Serpent Wards or a Hex from dogfights.
Yeah, if his ideal target is Coddle and Shaman. And if he can kill a Lycan or something, of course he's going to do it, but most of the time he's just hunting down the supports. They are so incredibly squishy, and I think IG can't just play with Dust, they need sentries as well, so that they can see him coming. Don't let him get that Janata hit off, because that's half of your health gone if you're a Shadow Shot. Coddle, same thing. You have to be able to get that Hex or Shackles on him before he gets on top of you.
Oh,
They find Ollie.
you have a sentry ward there, but it's not going to matter.
That Janata did 2/3 of his health.
And that followed up with the Shuriken is gross.
Yep.
I don't think
Again,
he
BKB
even...
next. Oh my god, he's got BKB. He can just run at Shaman and Coddle now. There's nothing these heroes can do against the Bounty Hunter with BKB.
I don't think he even needs the Janata Gold Steel. I mean, if he wants to meme it up, sure, but the Shuriken toss damage where he could wipe the floor with anybody with a 1-2 punch. And they go in over top for Yang. As the Blink with the Storm Hammer, they look for the kill on the Nature's Prophet. Should have it with ease. They'll find it with nobody here. For the side of
I feel like he's going to get the gold skill. I actually think 75 Shuriken damage is
Dire's middle
Kind
tower
of
is under attack.
bad for level 20 talent. That's only 75
attack.
bonus damage. If you have like an Ags or something, which is also garbage on Bounty Hunter, maybe that changes, but I mean, yeah, it's... I mean, certainly, I mean, the track hitting multiple people is like nice and all, but it just doesn't feel like it's like a game changer.
Dire's bottom
going
tower is under
Abyssal
attack.
Blade next. So that is a big item. One of those, it's going to be Janata Gold Steel items. It's signaling towards that, at least. Where you're just able to take 120 gold.
It's a pretty big boost in the gold still, but yeah, we'll see. I'm just not convinced that 75 damage is enough, even when it can hit multiple heroes. As it stands, he's just looking to get on top of people and stealing gold. Why the hell not?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The 90 gold steel.
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Every Janata right click, it's 180 gold swing.
It's the difference between taking someone's wallet and taking their credit cards. It's just like, oh my god. And it
Wait.
just gets him so much closer to Abyssal Blade.
Don't people keep their credit cards in their wallet?
And
Isn't it the
getting a
same
chance to use them, I guess.
Okay.
I'll add that.
I mean, their wallet has some cash in it too, you know. It's like that insta-gold. That's what you got.
X comes in on a DY, but the Ravage follows it up, though. Immediately kill off Doodle as Paparazzi's the one who gets the kill, but Ori comes on over. He'll get himself a little bit of gold as well as help the team get a kill. The BKB gets popped, but he's immediately cleaned up, so the BKB doesn't pay off immediately. But Paparazzi, he's now getting low, but will start to heal up. And, well, let's see if IG are able to clean this up. Is Paparazzi still sitting here quite low? Emo continuing to chase. The Spirit Vessel comes out as the Bounty Hunter did buy back, but the Timber Chain's not going to land on anything. The Chakram Whirling Death will find a home on Paparazzi, and he'll end up falling. So they've got Yang here with DY. See what they're able to do. The track is out. Ori comes in, kills up Black, and now he goes after Emo. He doesn't want to stop. He really doesn't want to
I
stop.
got much armor.
I mean,
With an Arcane Rune,
Arcane.
that bounty just kept on getting those Janatas. 2.1 second cooldown. Ori did have to buy back for it, but getting a track kill probably makes it worth it. And the fight was pretty even. It was about almost a 200, 300 gold swing going IG's favor. So not a massively one-sided fight, but it did look pretty good for IG. And the reason it ends up being a pretty even swing is mostly because the bounty does spend money on that buyback.
He spends money on that buyback, but again, it's is it his buyback or is it all of IG's collective buyback for him as he just takes their gold? Especially now that he did go for the 90 Janata Gold Steal, so he'll make that up pretty quickly. But
Oh,
as I
here's
say
him.
that, the Necro Creeps spot him, and now they've got the Hex as well as the Shackle. He's in a lot of trouble. Emo comes over, and, well, 100 seconds on the sideline.
And this is where this bounty build can, you know, it's a fine line between greatness and memeing, where if you're running around by yourself into sentries and being hexed up, that's where you're feed. And that's a dieback, so it's 90 seconds dead. Last fight, if he got the BKB up before the Ravage hit him, he would have destroyed the fight. But luckily for, oh no, so not before before the stun hit him, but luckily they actually burst him down, and by the time he gets his BKB off, he only had a couple hundred health. So he was actually very easy to deal with.
Hex again, Serpent Ward's plays down, and Paparazzi's the one who's in trouble this time. They've also got the Sun to follow it up. Black gets the
They've got
kill.
buybacks. Neither of these
no.
heroes have a buyback.
With Roche up in a minute 18, that is a saving grace if your team name is Vici, because they get that Roche, and all of a sudden IG look really strong coming into this.
They're going to get at least a tier 2 tower. They may be able to get a tier 3 here. It's kind of close. I don't actually know if they want to go push. They haven't got Serpent Wards. They haven't got Godstreak. If they had these spells, they might consider it. They've got Necrobook, though, and they are hunting down bottom. Titan's being caught out here.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's gonna have to hold that Ravage unless a team shows up behind him magically. So, I mean, this is, at this point, just space if he can possibly find an escape through these trees. But it's not looking like it's gonna happen. The Stormhammer hits, and Doodle gets the kill. So that's now 3 heroes, none of which had buyback.
Yeah, I'm a little... I think pushing this mid-tier 2 tower should have been a bigger priority, rotating all those heroes, but they're basically saying we want Roshan, and they're just like, guys, where's Roshan? Surely he should have respawned by now. So they kill the Tide, they check Roshan, it's still not up. A bit unlucky that they haven't managed to find it yet.
Hex, Will-O-Wisp, Emo. He was in a little bit of trouble, but they've got the Shackle as well as the Will-O-Wisp. Chakram right on top of him, and will be forced to pop that BKB. Throws the track out, moves back, and off that, they're going to smoke.
Okay. They're worried about this Roshan. And they've got Troll, so they can kill Roche pretty quickly. Troll having a BKB as well. 9 seconds on that one. And we'll see what IG, if they can take this fight or not. They're going to need BKBs of their own to deal with Tide Ravage. Only Black Z on the Sven has one this time.
There's the blink out of the backlines, immediately looking for DY, but he's able to get the Ravage off. It's not going to matter with the BKB coming out from Emo. Dogfight size as well. Continuing to go in is going to be Paparazzi, who's going to be locked down on Emo. They fight each other with the BKBs coming out. We'll see what they're able to do as the Yule's going to be used by Emo. Black still has his BKB, throws the Stormhammer, Paparazzi, and nicely done by Ali to push him back into the side of IG. They'll get the kill. Paparazzi falls. Serpent Wards to lock in Yang. But there's the Stormhammer once again, as well as the Shackle hitting on to Disruptor to hold him in place. Yang might be able to get out, but there's the Timber Chain to the high ground. TP attempt. Oh, it's getting close, but he escapes.
Those Serpent Wards blocking dogfights. I mean, you can't really anticipate that you'd block your entire team with the Serpent Wards, but they couldn't get past them. It just body blocked the Sven as well as the Coddle from actually getting to the Nature's Prophet, but end of the day, they still win the fight. They're not going to be kicking themselves too much. They had to use buyback on the kind of Shaman, but they set themselves up to go for Roshan. Or cheeky pest that he is, snipes the Courier. Well, I think IG got to feel pretty good about their position in this game if they get this Aegis and 2s without losing anything.
Memes don't last forever, Ori. It's just the way the cycle
It's
goes.
crazy because Radiant have this gold lead, it just doesn't feel like it. You've got a 2-position bounty and a Nature's Prophet who's top of the net worth, which is not really a hero that carries games. Like, it's not a good sign typically in a close game if your Nature's Prophet has the most farm. You'd much rather see more farm on your Troll, so it does feel like IG's draft is going to cause them some problems, even though it is a small gold lead for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, it seems like they've been doing a great job on the side of IG to make sure they get Paparazzi. Focus him down, make sure that he's not able to really go off in these fights. Black at the beginning of that fight, he blinked in and got to the backlines to try and get the kill here onto the Tide. And then you had Kraken Shell pop into the immediate Ravage. So, and then he was just dead. So it just seems like even with the net worth lead coming into that last fight too, it feels like IG are ahead, and they've got 24 charges on this Bloodstone for Emo, on top of which he's level 25. experience-wise, they're about 20,000 ahead for IG.
Yeah, that's the number that matters more here, is that experience. These key levels on heroes, like you mentioned, level 25, Sven approaching his level 25. Being caught out, though.
Got the BKB, as well as the Serpent Wards laid down the Will-O-Wisp. Ori, again, in just such a bad spot. One more shot will do it. It's going to be from dogfights. Black comes over. There's the stun. They'll lose Yang as well. There's no way out of this one. And they pop everything for it, but, I mean, a kill's a kill's a kill at this point.
Yeah, it's actually so hard to use BKB playing against Shadow Shaman. His cast range on Hex is so insanely long with the cast range talent and the Aether Lens. I mean, Shaman is one of those heroes that I would say like is actually one of the better counters to BKB heroes because of that cast range. Being able to shackle and hex them from such long distance, catching them by surprise from fog, that's why the bounty keeps dying. He gets his BKB off there, but by the time he does, he's already at like 300 health. If he BKBs before that first hex comes in, he can escape, or he can even keep fighting and get these kills.
So now the push comes out. 30 seconds till they have Ori back up. This is going to be a...
Oh, glimpse though. Oh, Timber's back top. He didn't Timber chain. If he Timber chained and timed it right, he could have stayed bottom lane, but he's now going to make the long walk. And yeah, IG are like, we lost our Timber, we can't push.
They do a lot of damage though. Chip damage into this tier 3. And walking out, if Vici aren't too careful, maybe it's a turnaround from IG, but in fact they'll just commit to leaving.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake from Emo, TPing in front of Vision there when you're playing against Disruptor. I think he kind of just forgot about the Disruptor glimpse factor. And yeah, you could maybe Timber Chain to cancel the glimpse out, but that's a very difficult play to time and do right. So I don't even think he was planning on doing that. He didn't even attempt it.
Paparazzi still going for this butterfly. He's got just 100 gold to go before he gets it, but with the pressure IG are putting on, do you commit to buying out and hope that you survive maybe long enough to see the light of day, or do you have to hold buyback?
Yeah, it kind of depends what the item is. For a butterfly, I think you may just have to commit to buying it. I don't think you want to be in a position where buying back is your way to win a fight, because that's a big... If you're only staying alive by buying back, that hits your economy, and it's giving your opponents a bigger gold lead. So typically, I always lean towards, you know, taking some chances, buying these big key items like butterfly and troll, to see if you can make a difference. Yang with his BKB, Nature's Prophet maybe doesn't get the item just because Nature's Prophet with buyback is so effective because he can teleport right back in, so we'll see what he opts to do.
He gets thrown out here by the Nature's Prophet. They've still got the Aegis on Lycan. He's going into a BKB.
This is so scary playing against Shaman with BKB because he's just gonna... He's got this extra long shackle, 7.5 second shackles with BKB. You're not stopping it. It's just... It's shackles for days. On Bounty, on Troll, on whoever, Nature's Prophet. The lockdown from the Shaman is... Late game Shadow Shaman is one of the most like overpowered supports.
I know. Orchid. Ooh.
He's getting the
Bloodthorn, yeah.
It's good against the Troll evasion. He's got Butterfly as well as the Whirling Axis, so he wants... Rather than build MKB, he's decided this is the approach he wants to take.
They've got the Ags on Disruptor. I mean, that's... all DDC has is this Ags.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge, potentially game-changing item. If you can get that on a hero that relies on BKB, it could win you a fight. And they're actually looking to catch IG by surprise. This could go really well for them.
Blinks, and then a blink forward. They've got the BKB off on Dogfights, who's trying to run in, but he's almost in this horrible position where it's going to end up... He dies. DY gets the Ravage off, but the BKB's already out from Emo as well as Black, so it's not going to really do anything. The BKB's going to be popped by Paparazzi as he continues to chase onto this man. They'll get the kill on a DY. DDC's also dead as well. They go after Paparazzi. Ori nearby, but it's a 2v4. Sven was able to escape, so really 2v3 because he's gone back into the base. The duels comes through on a Paparazzi, and it doesn't look as though he'll escape. The Centaur gets the stomp, and I think that really helps us out the Lycan as Paparazzi finally falls. And the TP attempt, and the TP out.
I think that was a 0-man Ravage with the BKBs, and a 0-man Static Storm. That was... I don't know if IG had scouted the Ag Scepter, but they all BKB'd very early. Shaman ran in with BKB, Timbersaw ran in with BKB. And as a result, Disruptor and Tide could do nothing. Shaman did die to the physical damage, so like they can still deal with the Shaman BKB if they run it Shaman with like the troll right-click damage, but they got nothing out of Ravage Static Storm, and that is not going to win you this game. You've got to find an Ag Static Storm if you want to win this game if you're a Vici Gaming.
Yeah, that is a awful feeling. Because that was probably the plan you were relying on. And to see it just fail like that.
And they had the high ground wards too. That's the crazy thing. Like, they were set up so perfectly. If anything, it was just IG read it very well. Like,
KB from Ori, they've got the Static Storm once again. That's going to mean that they don't have the BKBs this time around, though. Look after Doodle. They get the kill very easily. Now it's Emo's turn to try and escape. There's the Timber Chain as well as the Glimpse back into the hands of the side of Vici. But look at Black just go in and destroy them with a couple of shots. Now they're the ones who are on the run. The Hex comes through onto the Sven. The Yules is out here from Emo. And they look for this kill onto Yang. A couple more shots. He'll end up dying. The Chakram's right on top of him. He ends up falling. He'll buy back immediately. And now Emo with the attempt and an escape. Black throws the stun. That'll hit another Tide. They'll get the kill. That's going to be another track kill for them. He's not level 25 yet, so he doesn't have the extra track gold. But the Glimpse, once again, and they will find him. None of them have buyback.
oh my gosh, they're just going to go down mid. So much gold. Again, this bounty track, he got 2.3k gold out of it. He's so absurdly farmed because of it, and there's
the buybacks. Yeah, they finally got him. They were a little short on gold. Oh, yeah.
Sven also just got gold, so they can hold still.
They use the BKB, and there's the TP out. They force the buybacks. I mean, another fight like that where IG get a little bit too ahead of themselves, and that's it.
Yep. IG need Roshan now. When you use these buybacks at this stage of the game, you have to make up for it by getting an agent.
Oh, BKB! Just look at the Basher, and now, oh no,
cooldown too.
Oh, the Abyssal Blade! Just start that off, Sven. You just bought back. For what? You're dead already, and that was
a little bit overkill. Like, they didn't need to use Ravage and Static Storm because his BKB was still on cooldown, but they assumed he had it, so
BKB, pop by Dogfights going in. They've also got the Will-O-Wisp, Paparazzi getting low, but now he's starting to get that health back. He's trying to run, but he's blocked by these Serpent Wards. He can't go anywhere. Dogfights is tracked up. Doodle comes in. Now they've got the Hex coming through onto the Troll, who will finally die. He's going to be dead for 95 seconds. He does have buyback. They'll look over at Yang, who's going to pop the BKB once again. They'll finally kill off Dogfights. It's going to be a 3v4. They're trying to hold it on Paparazzi as the Abyssal Blade comes out on Ali, as well as the Hex coming through from Yang. Again, the kinetic field is going to be placed down. The buyback's going to come out from Dogfights with the TP going over to the tier 3 to try and get this kill on Ori, where they'll find the Hex. They'll get the Whirling Death as well as the Timber Train right across the bow of Ori's face. He tries for Ali. That was so ambitious, and he will end up dying. That was like, I see blood. I want this support. And then DY, he's now trying to run his Doodle and Emo come back in. The Timber Chain, of course, whiffs because there's no trees in that area, but it's not going to quite matter. Ali sets up the Illuminate. It'll miss DY, but again, it's just not going to matter in the long run as he ends up dying.
What a crazy fucking game this one. What's going on, man? These fights are just so back and forth. It's insane. 31 kills to 43. The track money on Vici Gaming still giving them a 5k gold lead. I want to see some stats on Janata Gold still. Does Dota Buff or anything track that? Because I feel like he's stolen, I don't know, 5,000 gold from Janata maybe? It's adding up, I feel.
He bought back.
And this Abyssal Blade, this Abyssal Blade is so good against the Shaman BKB. They need a way to stop the Shaman. Dogfights is destroying him.
He bought back, and he's actually gone for the 50% evasion. The Static Storm's going to be placed down again. They've got the BKB by Emo, but Dogfights again, he is the focus of all the attention of Ori. He really doesn't quite care. The best is going to come through on Emo, who will finally Timber Chain out, but he no longer has the BKB. DY moving forward. He has Ravage in 19, and these fights have been lasting long, so if you find yourself in a really bad spot with DY still alive, the Ravage might eventually pop. Doodle tries to TP out, but there's the Abyssal Blade coming out from Ori. He's going to be dead 90 seconds on the sideline. They look after Ali, who's in the trees hiding, but there's a big, bad DY looking for you, and actually doesn't end up scouting it out. On top of which, Paparazzi the entire time goes in a Roche, takes the Aegis. That's Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard, right?
It should be, right?
There it is.
Tied Refresher Shard, yeah. I mean, this game, it honestly feels a bit like a pub game in like an amazingly entertaining way. Ori has 10 deaths, but he's 14, 10, and 14. And he's actually winning these team fights by the way he prioritizes certain targets. Killing the Shaman every fight is so crucial. I actually think it's a big mistake that Shaman didn't go for a Ghost Scepter this game. The Coddle has one. Against this bounty, when you see him running at you with a BKB on, you have to have a Ghost Scepter to protect yourself. Just so he can't right-click you and delete you from the game.
This is going to be the set of racks over top going down.
Going for throne here. They know there's no buyback.
No, go straight for it. There's the blink with the Ravage. That's going to come through. There's going to be the second Ravage. You've got nowhere to go. You're already gone, Emo. You've got no buyback. That's going to be 2 minutes, though. Look over at the Coddle. That's going to be 4. He's got buyback, but for what? Really? The BKB is going to be popped by Black. The Sprout comes through. It was an attempted smoke, maybe from DDC to run away from Black, who's going to hit really hard, but he's not going to end up getting the kill. 4 heroes dead. It's looking like GG. They've got Lycan up in 7, so maybe they wait for that, but this is just the Ancient getting whiffed. And whipped apart by Paparazzi and the team is Vici. It looked real scary for a moment, and they win this game over IG, who look to have the lead towards the mid-game.
Yeah, well, that was quite something. Seeing a core bounty hunter. Bounty was doing more than the troll this game. I mean, 17 kills, 14 assists. Yeah, he's got 10 deaths. Everyone this game died a ton. Like the lowest deaths on Vici Gaming is 6 and 7 on Yang and Paparazzi. So this is one of those games where complete chaos, non-stop fighting, everyone's dying, everyone's getting kills. Not very often on this patch that you see these 40-plus minute games with this many kills, but boy, was that entertaining.
Yeah, that was... With Ori coming into the Bounty Hunter mid, 17, 10, and 14 did 44,000 hero damage. And total gold stolen, 4,581. And that was with just the 90-plus and the amount of gold he's taking. That is disgusting, and that doesn't even include the track gold he was giving the team. Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean...
Where does it say the gold stolen?
In his
buffs. That's all it... Oh, nice.
It's such a great...
Oh, it tracks it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just Janata. That's cool. That's so much gold. That's a full item.
Yep. And it's also stealing items from your enemy. It's a 9,000 gold swing. You double that number. That's...
Wow.
An incredible amount of gold difference just from the Janata Ori. And the thing is, he dies a lot this game, but that's the nature of the way he plays and the impact he has, is that you're going to die. It's kind of like that Nyx assassin going in for vendetta kills, killing off heroes. You're going to trade your life, but Bounty trading your life, if you're getting track gold, I imagine he got himself like another 5,000 gold in track. Between track and Janata, he's just printing money. This guy just got so rich because of all that.
Yeah, and just 27,000 net worth sits top of his team's net worth, in front of Yang, in front of Paparazzi, who were in front of him for quite some time. And Vici, they take the game. They end up putting themselves at 1-1. And that throws IG down to 0-2, with IG have one more game to play, and Vici have 2 more games to play today. So they've played 4 games today, while IG are playing 3. So, I mean, we'll have a better picture towards the end of the day, but being 1-1 at this point, with the fact that Vici already got VP out of the way, so I know they lost to them, it feels a lot better than being at 0-2 in that spot. So, I mean, plenty more best of ones to come. Still have 4 more to come. RNG versus VP, eHome versus IG, eHome versus Newbie, and RNG versus EG to finish the night. And we'll be back with that in just a moment. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Dota MDL Macau. Stay right there.